What's up, guys? I'm Justin Estes. This is the Untitled Coaching Podcast, and today we're going to go through a really quick tutorial on how to approach that feeling of, I don't want to train today. So the first thing we need is we need a journal. We need something to write with. I have journaled about this multiple times, and I think that it'd be great for us to walk through that together. So if I look at this journal entry, I want to start by acknowledging what that feeling of, I have to train today, I have to go work out today, and you don't end up doing it. It feels daunting. It feels like it's just looming, and you feel this sense of stress about it. When you start feeling that, seriously, what I will do is I will write it down in this notebook. I've written this down multiple times in here, or I'll write it down on a whiteboard, a napkin, something around me that I've got. But the first thing we have to do is acknowledge that we're being a bit dramatic. And it's what we call this. We call this dramatics. Can't believe this happened. I have to go to court, jury duty. I have to do my laundry. I can't believe I have a test to study for. So when we approach a dramatic, we have to ask ourselves, can you believe it? Or do you actually have to do it? I have to train today. Do you have to train today? Is your livelihood contingent on you training today? If you don't train today, are you going to die? So if the answers to those things aren't like, yeah, if I don't train today, I'm getting fired, or if I don't train today, I'm dying, then we can take a deep breath and relax. Okay. And the next thing we do is we ask ourselves, what are we feeling when we write that out? Ask yourself that question and write it down. I have to train today. What are you feeling? For me, when I wrote it down, I was feeling lazy, I was feeling guilty, and I was feeling a little bit of shame and a lot of insecurity. Well, why? Why was I feeling those things? Because I'm a gym owner who felt overwhelmed about the idea of training. I'm a coach who didn't want to train that day. That's a sucky place to be. So then once I stopped beating myself up about that, why am I feeling this sense of loom and doom and all these things when it comes to training? It's because I was feeling overwhelmed. So as I start writing this down, I start feeling overwhelmed. You rank those feelings you listed out, and I found that when I ranked them, the other ones were just insecurities and things that are just kind of in the back of my mind that I can easily overcome. But that overwhelm, I was like, ooh, that's sticking. Why am I feeling overwhelmed? I was feeling overwhelmed because at that season of my life, we had just had a second baby. My son was playing soccer. Our coaching team was shifting a little bit. We had a new class on the schedule. I had different revenue streams at the gym. And it was my first time that at that point when I journaled it this time, it was my first time filing taxes as a business owner. There were so many things going on, and I wrote them out. So then you have your little list and you think, how do I triage this list? Is there anything on this list that I can give up? Is there anything on this list that I can acknowledge has nothing to do with training today? Is there anything on this list that I can delegate? And I found that the things on this list, there were definitely things that I could delegate. There were definitely things that once I acknowledged them, I felt better about. And I was able to, once again, I was able to breathe. So we write out the issue. We ask ourselves, what are we feeling? We write those feelings out. We rank them. We go with the one that's hitting us the most, and we write about it for a little bit. We triage the issue. We see if there's things that we can change. And if there's not things I could have changed, then I ask myself, can I just not train today and train tomorrow and be okay? Yes, no. Or I ask myself, do I reframe the I have to train today? So I revisit that first sentence. I put it down at the bottom of my paper. I write it again. I have to train today. And I look at what makes that sentence dramatic, and it's the have to. Cross out have to. I put get to. I get to train today. I say it out loud, see how it feels. If it feels good, if it feels like that sweater that your mom gave you at Christmas and put it on and it fits great and you know it's going to be awesome, wear it. Or if it feels like that sweater you get, from grandma and it's a little bit tight and a little bit itchy, then let's ignore it. So I change that get to, and I say, I should train today. that feels better than I have to train today. And yeah, you know, I should. Well, let's play with that a little bit. I could train today. You even see how that changes. I could train today. Yeah, I could. I could train today. Yeah, I could train today. And then the last little thing that we can do with that is we can take that could. We ask ourselves, can you? Can you train today? Yeah, I can train today. And so we get to a place where that feels much more realistic. It feels much more possible. I can train today because it's in line with who I say I am, with my values and my integrity, who I am as a man, as a husband, father, as a friend, as a business owner, as a coach. And it's going to be one of the best ways to ensure that I'm that granddad that can go and have fun and go on hikes and do jujitsu with the grandkids and all the fun things. So very quickly, in 6.5 minutes, we take an issue that was going to deter me from doing the thing that I know is best for me today, and we completely reshape it. We own it. We feel better about it. And you know what I'm about to do? I'm about to log off here, and I'm going to go train. So this is Justin Estes with the Untitled Coaching Podcast, and I'm about to go back here and get a training session in. Peace.